Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are talking about Sydney and Melbourne. When people think of Australia, two cities instantly capture the imagination: Melbourne and Sydney. These two urban giants are not only the most populous cities in the country but also represent two very distinct ways of life. They are often compared for their economic strength, cultural richness, lifestyle, and overall livability. Sydney dazzles with its stunning harbour, iconic landmarks, and vibrant beach culture. Melbourne, on the other hand, charms visitors with its sophisticated arts scene, world-class coffee, and reputation as Australia's cultural and sporting capital. This rivalry between the two cities isn't just friendly banter, it reflects deep differences in climate, economy, infrastructure, and personality. Whether you're a tourist planning your dream Australian trip, a student choosing where to study, or a migrant deciding where to settle down, understanding what sets these cities apart is crucial. In this comprehensive comparison, we'll explore every major aspect that differentiates Melbourne and Sydney, from geography and weather to education, economy, transport, and more, so you can decide which city fits your goals and lifestyle best. Geographical location. Sydney is located on the east coast in the state of New South Wales, surrounded by the beautiful Tasman Sea. It is built around one of the world's most stunning harbours, featuring the iconic Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Beaches like Bondi and Manly are internationally renowned and just a short ride from the city centre. Melbourne, on the other hand, lies further south in the state of Victoria, nestled along Port Phillip Bay. While Melbourne does have beaches, they are calmer and less touristy. The city is better known for its Victorian architecture, expansive gardens, and artistic inner-city neighbourhoods like Fitzroy and Carlton. Climate and weather conditions. Sydney enjoys a humid subtropical climate, which means it has warm summers and mild winters. Average summer temperatures range from 26 to 30 degrees Celsius, 78 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, while winters are relatively pleasant with temperatures around 8 to 17 degrees Celsius, 46 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Sydney receives plenty of sunshine, making it ideal for those who enjoy beach life and outdoor activities. Melbourne's weather is famously unpredictable. Locals often say you can experience 4 seasons in a day. It has a temperate oceanic climate, with summer temperatures averaging 25 to 28 degrees Celsius, 77 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and winter temperatures ranging from 6 to 14 degrees Celsius, 43 to 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Melbourne is also windier and rainier than Sydney, which can influence daily life and outdoor plans. Population and cultural diversity. Both cities are major population centres. Sydney is Australia's most populous city with about 5.4 million residents, while Melbourne follows closely with approximately 5.2 million people. Interestingly, both are extremely multicultural. In Sydney, about 40% of the population was born overseas, while in Melbourne it's around 39%. These cities are cultural melting pots, with large communities from China, India, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Europe. As a result, both places boast diverse food, languages, festivals, and religious practices that enrich their urban environments. Economy and job market. Sydney is considered the financial capital of Australia, hosting the headquarters of major banks, multinational corporations, and the Australian Stock Exchange. The average annual salary in Sydney is about 95,000 Australian dollars, driven by high-paying industries like finance, IT, real estate, and law. Melbourne's economy is strong as well, but its strengths lie in different areas. It is a hub for education, healthcare, manufacturing, creative industries, and startups. The average salary in Melbourne is around 90,000 Australian dollars, slightly lower than Sydney's, but the cost of living also tends to be more manageable. Cost of living. Sydney is notoriously the most expensive city in Australia. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in Sydney's city centre can cost around 3,200 Australian dollars per month, while in Melbourne, the same type of apartment averages about 2,600 Australian dollars per month. Grocery prices, dining out, and transport costs are also higher in Sydney. Buying a home is significantly more expensive in Sydney. The median house price in Sydney sits above $1 million, whereas Melbourne's median house price is closer to 950,000 Australian dollars. For those trying to balance income with affordability, Melbourne offers better value for money. Art and food culture. Melbourne has a reputation as Australia's cultural capital. The city thrives on street art, coffee culture, indie music, and international food festivals. Events like the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, White Night, and Moomba Festival attract global artists and audiences. The laneways of Melbourne are iconic for their hidden cafes, graffiti art, and boutique shops. Sydney leans more towards outdoor luxury and visual grandeur. While it may not have the same underground art scene as Melbourne, it hosts high-profile events like Vivid Sydney, which lights up the city with music and art installations. Fine dining, rooftop bars, and harbourside experiences give Sydney a more glamorous vibe. Transport and public infrastructure. Sydney offers a variety of transport options including trains, buses, light rail, and ferries. However, the system can be expensive and occasionally unreliable during peak times. A monthly public transport pass in Sydney, Opal Card, costs about 160 Australian dollars. Melbourne, in contrast, has a more integrated and affordable public transport system. It boasts the largest tram network in the world, alongside extensive train and bus routes. The monthly Myki Pass costs around 120 Australian dollars, and the network is generally seen as more commuter-friendly. Education system. Melbourne slightly outperforms Sydney in terms of global university rankings and student satisfaction. The University of Melbourne consistently ranks among the top 50 universities in the world, and Monash University, RMIT, and La Trobe University are also internationally recognized. Sydney is home to top-tier institutions as well, including the University of Sydney, UNSW, and Macquarie University. While both cities attract thousands of international students each year, Melbourne's student-friendly atmosphere and cheaper accommodation make it slightly more appealing for academic life. Tourism and landmarks. Sydney is the face of Australian tourism, thanks to landmarks like the Sydney Opera House, Harbour Bridge, and Bondi Beach. Nearby attractions like the Blue Mountains and Royal National Park make it a prime destination for nature lovers. Melbourne doesn't have as many globally iconic landmarks, but it offers rich regional experiences. The Great Ocean Road, Yarra Valley Wineries, Phillip Island, and Mornington Peninsula attract millions of tourists looking for natural beauty and relaxation. The city also boasts Australia's best cafe culture and day trips. Sports and entertainment. Melbourne is undoubtedly the sports capital of Australia. It hosts the Australian Open, tennis, the Melbourne Cup, horse racing, and the AFL Grand Final, drawing massive local and international crowds. Sydney also has a strong sporting culture with major events like the NRL Grand Final, Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race, and New Year's Eve fireworks at the harbour, but Melbourne lives and breathes sport more passionately, from local games to global tournaments. Nightlife and social scene. Sydney's nightlife revolves around glitzy bars, luxury venues, and harbourside clubs. While it offers great late-night entertainment, some areas have strict lockout laws that limit nightlife options. Melbourne's nightlife is more underground and eclectic. From secret laneway bars and jazz clubs to rooftop pubs and live music venues, the city offers a more relaxed and artistic social scene. Melbourne's diverse neighborhoods each have their own vibe, giving nightlife a local and authentic flavor. Which city is right for you? Choosing between Melbourne and Sydney comes down to personal preference. If you love sunny weather, iconic beaches, and a fast-paced corporate lifestyle, Sydney might be the better fit. But if you're drawn to art, coffee, culture, affordability, and a laid-back lifestyle, Melbourne is likely the perfect match. Both cities are world-class in their own ways. Whether you're looking to move, study, travel, or invest, knowing these differences will help you pick the city that suits your goals best.